Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Baina Midday News coming to you live from the House, Atomic Junction, Medina. I'm Khadija Tukubra Kailani. Coming up this afternoon, Noguchi Institute for Medical Research marks World Neglected Tropical Disease Day with free health screening. 25 people arrested for an attack of police at Kowu Bepon. And in politics this afternoon, Ahiagba charged the National Democratic Congress to provide alternatives to solving Ghana's problem. Stay tuned for details of the stories shortly. The news is live on Facebook and YouTube at Baina TV. Now to our first story. A free health screening exercise within Accra Central has been organized to mark World Neglected Tropical Diseases Day 2024. The health screening organized by the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research in collaboration with the Accra Metropolitan Assembly was to commemorate the World Neglected Tropical Disease Day set aside by the World Health Organization on January 30 every year.
The celebration, which ran under the theme Unite, Act, Eliminate, highlighting Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research's efforts in achieving the programmatic targets set out in the NTD Roadmap for 2021 to 2030. According to the World Health Organization, the roadmap sets goals, targets, and milestones to prevent, control, eliminate, or eradicate 21 diseases and disease groups, as well as cross-cutting targets aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals. 3 foundational pillars will support global efforts to achieve these targets. Acceleration Programmatic Action Pillar 1, Intensify Cross-Cutting Approach Pillar 2, and change operating models and culture to facilitate country ownership Pillar 3. Dr. Richard Akufu, research scientist at the Department of Epidemiology of NMIMR, explained that neglected tropical diseases are mostly found in tropical areas, which affects the poorest people mostly in remote parts of the world. NTDs are diseases that are hard to reach in many cases. A greater burden of these diseases is in the sub-Saharan Africa. Of the 1.7 billion people affected globally, about 70% are in the sub-Saharan region. The resources required to address NTDs are usually not readily available for their control. Therefore, on a day like this, when they are celebrating World NTDs Day, they should take more interest and be more involved in the advocacy to explain what they are and how they can work together to eradicate people. Dr. Akufu further indicated that the celebration emphasizes the urgent need for all stakeholders to find the basis to unite together to eliminate NTDs. Over 150 people benefited from the exercise. Some beneficiaries commended the organizers of the exercise and urged a greater call by stakeholders to invest in such good causes. Healthcare is expensive. Institutions that put such an occasion together to provide this free community service must be commended. A beneficiary said he is ready to always take advantage of such situations whenever he comes across them. He added that as a result of insufficient funds, most of them avoid visiting health facilities for regular checkups.
Away from health, the Ghana Police Service has reported the arrest of 25 individuals in connection with an attack on the police officers that occurred in Kowu Bepon in the eastern region. The incident, which led to the arrest of the suspect, occurred recently, prompting swift action from law enforcement to restore order.
The police are continuing their efforts to apprehend the remaining suspects involved in the attack to face justice. The perpetrators of the attack also caused damage to some properties during the incident. However, a reinforcement team working with the local police have managed to restore calm and normalize things in the area. The service have pledged to provide more detailed information regarding the incident in due course.
And in politics, the communication director of the governing New Patriotic Party, Richard Ahiagba, has charged the opposition National Democratic Congress to provide alternative to solving the teething problems the country is facing with. Richard Ahiagba, who attributed much of the country's woes to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, says the NDC would have imposed much higher taxes on Ghanaians if they were to be in power.
The NPP communication director took a swipe at the NDC for criticizing the government's move to roll out new taxes, including VAT on electricity and emission levy. Organized labor and other stakeholders have kicked against the VAT on electricity, and the GPRTU, Ghana Private Road Transport Union, has also vehemently opposed the emission levy. Speaking on an Accra-based station, Mr. Hiagba called on the NDC to provide solution to the country's economic crisis since they are not in support of the imposition of VAT on electricity and the emission levy. He also attributed the country's woes to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, stating the situation has forced the government to slap new taxes on citizens. He claimed that the NDC could have imposed much higher taxes on Ghanaians if they were to be in power. Due to their democratic inclination, he acknowledged that the government is mindful of the hardship Ghanaians are experiencing and will not worsen their situation by imposing harsh taxes. The Trade Union Congress (TUC) has stated that it will not be part of the deliberation on the VAT on electricity, but Ahiagba called on organized labor and other stakeholders to honor the government's invitation to dialogue since democracy allows for dialogue.
And now on the international front, Namibian President Hage Geingob died on Sunday while receiving medical treatment. His office announced he was 82. In a post on the social media platform X, the Namibian presidency says Geingob's medical team at Lady Pohaba Hospital did its best to help him, but Geingob died with his wife Monica Geingob and children by his side.
Geingob was undergoing treatment for cancer. The 82-year-old had a colonoscopy and gastroscopy on January 8, followed by a biopsy, his office said last month. Angolo Mbumba, Namibia's acting president, called for calm, saying in the same post that the cabinet will convene with immediate effect in order to make the necessary state arrangements in this regard. Geingob, who was president of the South African nation since 2015, was set to finish his second and final term in office this year. In 2014, he said he had survived prostate cancer. Namibia is set to hold elections to choose a new leader in November.
And this is what we have for you this afternoon. I'm Khadija Kubra Kayla, and have a good afternoon, and many thanks for doing the watching. Thank you.